I hear patients say, I change my diet, I take my supplements, I do the exercises, so why aren't my nerves healing? What they don't realize is that their nervous system is being sabotaged by toxins in their own home every single day. Most people think nerve damage comes from diabetes, chemotherapy, age, or genetics. But what if I told you the real nerve killers, the ones quietly eating away at the nerves in your hands, your feet, and even your brain, aren't coming from inside your body at all? They're sitting in your laundry room, they're plugged into your walls, they're what you drink, and you've been exposed to them for years. Today, we're talking about everyday household products, items research has linked to nerve inflammation, impaired nerve repair, brain fog, hormone disruption, and increased risk signals for serious neurological conditions, including Parkinson's, ALS, and other neurodegenerative diseases, and even brain tumors. And here's the most shocking part. Most of them as marketed as fresh, clean, safe, or, get this, natural. These toxins are so common, there's a very real chance you have at least 5 of them in your home right now. And removing them may be one of the fastest, simplest ways to finally give your nerves a chance to repair. Coming up. Welcome back, Health Warriors. Dr. M here. Today, we're not talking about random chemicals or vague toxins. We're talking about the top 3 everyday household items that research has linked to nerve inflammation, impaired nerve repair, and increased risk signals for serious neurological conditions, including Parkinson's, ALS, and other neurodegenerative diseases, and even brain tumors. These aren't industrial exposures. They're not rare. They're products millions of people use every single day, often believing they're safe. And once you understand how these exposures quietly interfere with the nervous system, it becomes very clear why so many people struggle to heal, even when they're doing everything else right. Health Warriors, pay very close attention, because it's no coincidence that diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's are on the rise. Now, let's dive in. Number 1, dryer sheets. I'm starting with this one for a reason, because if this is in your home, your nervous system never gets a break. Dryer sheets are one of the most common household products in America, used to give laundry that fresh scent. But in reality, they're far from harmless. When a dryer sheet heats up, it releases chemicals called quaternary ammonium compounds, or quats for short. These compounds are increasingly linked to nerve inflammation, small fiber nerve irritation, mitochondrial dysfunction, and impaired nerve repair. And that outdoor fresh smell, that's not cleanliness, that's synthetic fragrance, a chemical cocktail that can include compounds like benzyl acetate, acetone, and synthetic musk. Here's what most people don't realize. Several of these fragrance chemicals are restricted or banned in the European Union and parts of Canada due to concerns about neurotoxicity, respiratory irritation, and hormone disruption. But here in the US, they're still legal and conveniently hidden under one word: fragrance. And dryer sheets don't just scent your clothes, they coat them. Those chemicals bond to your shirts, towels, sheets, everything. And then they sit directly against your skin all day long. Your skin isn't just a shield, it's also an absorption surface, like a sponge. These compounds can enter the bloodstream and place ongoing stress on the nervous system, especially when exposure happens every single day. This is why people can be doing everything right, diet, supplements, lifestyle, and still struggle to make progress. Their nervous system is being re-triggered daily. And if you have pets, they're exposed to much higher doses per pound than humans, because their livers are smaller with less capability of breaking down modern synthetic chemicals. And since they're in constant contact with treated fabrics and floors while grooming themselves, they lick these chemicals off their fur and paws day after day. A low-level exposure to us can quickly overwhelm our fur babies' nervous systems. Now, here's what you can do instead. Ditch the dryer sheets. Use wool dryer balls to reduce static and soften fabric naturally. No chemicals included. And if you still love that clean, fresh scent, just add 1 or 2 drops of a pure essential oil like lavender or lemon directly onto your dryer balls or a clean cotton rag and toss it into the dryer. You're in control of the scent, and you can keep it completely chemical-free. Now, if that surprised you, the next one is even more dangerous because it never turns off. Number 2, plug-in air fresheners. This one is dangerous for a different reason, because once you plug it in, it never turns off. Plug-in air fresheners are designed to release chemicals 24 hours a day. They don't freshen the air, they pollute it. Most plug-ins release a constant stream of synthetic fragrance chemicals, including phthalates, compounds linked to nerve inflammation, hormone disruption, and altered brain signaling. But here's the part almost no one talks about. These fragrance chemicals, and we should really call them chemical bombs, don't just sit in the air. They react with the indoor air, forming secondary pollutants, including formaldehyde. And formaldehyde is not benign. A major scientific meta-analysis examining high formaldehyde exposure found clear evidence of neurological toxicity and nervous system injury associated with long-term exposure. In other words, health warriors, this isn't just about irritation or smell. This is about chemistry in your air that places ongoing stress, ongoing poisons on the brain and nervous system. Health warriors, ask yourself this: is nicely scented air worth the increased risk of neurological disease? There's a reason we're seeing a substantial rise in Parkinson's and Alzheimer cases. And remember, plug-ins don't shut off. They quietly release continual chemicals into the air every second of the day, which means continuous exposure for adults, for children, and for pets. So to preserve your nerves and your health, here's what you can do instead. For everyday odor control, baking soda absorbs smells instead of masking them. And if you enjoy fragrance, an essential oil diffuser can be a safer option when used correctly. Now, here's a quick but important side note, guys. If you have pets, especially cats, cats lack key liver enzymes needed to break down many essential oil compounds. So here's a safe way to use essential oils and protect your cats. Think gentle, short, and optional. In a standard diffuser holding about 3 to 4 ounces of water, use 1 to 2 drops of essential oils and diffuse briefly, maybe an hour or less, in a space your cat can leave freely. Avoid continuous diffusion. Avoid small enclosed rooms and never place diffusers near their food bowls, their litter boxes, or their sleeping areas. And this part is critical. Never apply essential oils directly to your cat's fur, paws, or skin. Never spray or diffuse oils onto cat bedding, furniture, blankets, or cat trees. And certain essential oils should never be used around cats at all, even in a diffuser. So a list of these are tea tree oil, eucalyptus, peppermint, wintergreen, clove oil, cinnamon, pine birch, thyme, and oregano oil. For cat households, less is more. The goal is a light occasional scent, not saturation. Now, take a breath, because so far we've talked about chemicals that touch your skin and chemicals you breathe into your lungs. But the next one is different. This one doesn't just surround you, you put it inside your body. Millions of people consume it every single day, believing it's harmless, even healthy, and almost no one questions it. This takes us to number 3, K-cups and single-serve coffee pods. This one blindsides people because it doesn't look like a toxin. After all, coffee has health benefits, right? Well, millions of people use single-serve coffee pods every single day, believing they're harmless, even healthy. And almost no one questions them. But here's what makes them toxic and harmful. Single-serve coffee pods are made from plastic, often lined with aluminum and sealed with synthetic fibers and filters and adhesives. When you brew coffee, you're forcing near boiling water through plastic and aluminum under pressure. That combination matters. Heat, pressure, acidity, those three factors dramatically increase the likelihood of chemical leaching into your coffee, including plasticizers, fragrance residues, and metal particles. And we're talking heavy metals. Straight into the liquid you're about to drink. And coffee isn't a neutral beverage. It's hot, it's acidic, and it's consumed daily, which makes it one of the most efficient delivery systems for repeated low-dose chemical exposure. We're talking about years of exposure, and often first thing in the morning when the body is most absorbent and the nervous system is most vulnerable. And unlike air or skin exposure, this one bypasses many of your defenses because you're ingesting it. It passes through your digestive tract and is rapidly absorbed into circulation, where it can place ongoing stress on mitochondria, promote neuroinflammation, and interfere with the body's ability to protect and repair nerve tissue. And here's what makes this especially concerning. Many people switch to single-serve pods believing they're making a healthier choice. Better coffee, cleaner routine, and more control. But convenience doesn't equal safety. So what do you do instead? Well, if you love coffee, you don't have to give it up. You just need to change how it's sourced and how it's brewed. First, choose organic coffee, either whole bean or freshly ground. Coffee is one of the most heavily sprayed crops in the world, and choosing organic dramatically reduces pesticide and chemical residue. Second, pay attention to your water. To actually get the health benefits coffee can offer, use filtered or spring water, not tap water. Tap water can contain chlorine, heavy metals, fluoride, and many chemical byproducts that interfere with both flavor and the health of your nerves and your overall health. And finally, brew your coffee using glass, stainless steel, or ceramic methods. Avoid plastic in the heating process altogether. These can induce more toxins like plasticizers and phthalates. Simple changes, same ritual, far less exposure. Because when it comes to your nervous system, what you do every day matters far more than what you do occasionally. Health warriors, this is the part that matters most. You don't have to overhaul your entire life to protect your nerves. You don't need perfection. You just need awareness and a few intentional changes. When you remove daily repeated exposures your nervous system was never designed to handle, you give your body something incredibly powerful, a chance to heal. If this video helped you see your home or your habits in a new way, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future conversations like this. And please share this video with your family and your friends, because this isn't just about nerve health, it's about overall health. Chronic illness is rising. Neurodegenerative diseases are increasing, and so many people are doing everything right, yet still struggling to heal without realizing what might be quietly sabotaging or working against them in their own homes. Everyone deserves to know what they're being exposed to and how to protect themselves and the people they love. If you know someone dealing with nerve pain, brain fog, fatigue, or unexplained symptoms, save this video and pass it along. One small change can create a powerful ripple, because knowledge is powerful, but applied knowledge is life-changing. I'm so grateful you're here, health warriors, and I look forward to seeing you on the road to great nerve health. Blessings. Some days the pain whispers that it's over, that this is just how life will be now. But deep down, something in you refuses to surrender. That's your spirit talking. You've been through storms that would have broken most people, yet here you are, still searching, still hoping. That's not weakness, that's strength disguised as faith. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. It's messy, it's slow, it's one step forward, two steps back, but every step still counts. Every moment your heart says try again is a victory. And one morning you'll wake up and realize the pain that used to control you no longer owns you. That's when you'll understand the same fire that tried to destroy you became the light that guided you home. Keep going. The world hasn't seen your best days yet.